Useful vocabulary words for the IELTS exam day 5. 1. Tenacious, adjective, tending to keep a firm hold of something, not easily letting go or giving up, persistent. The tenacious lawyer refused to back down from the case, doggedly pursuing every angle and line of inquiry. With a tenacious work ethic, the student spent hours studying and practicing to master the complex math concept. Despite facing numerous setbacks, the tenacious entrepreneur remained committed to launching his startup company. The tenacious researcher conducted years of field studies, unwilling to give up until she solved the ecological mystery. The tenacious gardener meticulously tended to her vegetable patch, determined to coax every last drop of nutrients from the soil. 2. Terse, adjective, expressive and meaningful in few words, concise and succinct. The detective's terse responses during the interrogation made it clear he had little patience for the suspect's excuses. The CEO delivered a terse statement to the press, providing only the essential details about the company's reorganization plans. The terse instructions on the product manual left the customer frustrated, wishing for more detailed explanations. The professor's terse feedback on the student's essay left them uncertain about how to improve their writing. Despite the complexity of the issue, the politician gave a terse answer during the debate, avoiding a lengthy explanation. 3. Transient, adjective. Meaning, lasting only for a short time, impermanent, fleeting. The transient nature of the fashion industry means trends come and go quickly, with styles constantly changing. The musicians' fame and success proved to be transient, as their popularity faded after just a few hit songs. The transient summer job provided the college student with valuable work experience, but was not a long-term position. Transient workers, such as seasonal farm laborers, often move from one temporary job to the next. The transient clouds in the sky drifted quickly across the horizon, constantly shifting and changing form. 4. Ubiquitous, adjective. Meaning, present, appearing, or found everywhere, omnipresent. Smartphones have become a ubiquitous part of modern life, with most people carrying them at all times. The ubiquitous presence of security cameras in public spaces has raised concerns about privacy. Plastic bags have become a ubiquitous part of the shopping experience, despite efforts to reduce their use. The golden arches of the McDonald's logo are a ubiquitous sight throughout the world. The internet has become a ubiquitous tool for communication, information sharing, and commerce in the 21st century. 5. Utopian, adjective. Meaning, describing an imagined place or state of things in which everything is perfect. Idealistic and impractical. The architect's plans for the new city district featured utopian visions of car-free streets and completely renewable energy sources. The political candidates' campaign promises of universal health care and free college education were criticized as overly utopian and unrealistic. The Commune tried to establish a utopian society based on principles of collective living and resource sharing, but struggled with internal conflicts. Science fiction writers often create utopian worlds that serve as thought experiments about the possibilities of an ideal human civilization. Philosophers have long debated the merits and challenges of attempting to construct utopian societies, weighing the benefits against the practical limitations. 6. Unassuming, adjective. Meaning, not arrogant, pretentious, or self-assertive, modest and unpretentious. Despite his success and wealth, the CEO remained an unassuming and down-to-earth person who preferred to avoid the spotlight. The unassuming exterior of the family-owned restaurant concealed its award-winning cuisine and impeccable service. The unassuming young researcher made a groundbreaking discovery that revolutionized the field, surprising many with her quiet brilliance. With his unassuming manner and humble demeanor, the local community leader earned the trust and respect of his neighbors. The unassuming appearance of the small town belied its vibrant cultural scene and thriving local businesses. 7. Uncanny, adjective. Meaning, strange or mysterious, especially in a way that is unsettling or unnatural. The uncanny resemblance between the two siblings was almost eerie, as if they were identical twins. There was an uncanny silence in the house after the family's beloved dog passed away, making the place feel unusually empty. The AI assistant's ability to anticipate the user's needs with uncanny accuracy started to feel unsettling and almost supernatural. The uncanny timing of the storm, which arrived just as the power went out, left the neighborhood feeling uneasy and on edge. The uncanny valley phenomenon describes how human-like robots or computer-generated characters can elicit a sense of unease in people due to their almost, but not quite, perfect replication of human features. 8. Unconventional, adjective. Meaning, not conforming to accepted rules, standards, or practices, not traditional or ordinary. The chef's unconventional combination of flavors in the new menu item surprised and delighted diners with its unique taste. The unconventional teaching methods used in the alternative school curriculum emphasized hands-on learning and student-led projects. The politicians' unconventional campaign strategy, which relied heavily on social media and grassroots organizing, ultimately proved successful. The architect's unconventional design for the community center, with its bold, angular lines, was met with initial skepticism but grew to be widely admired. Despite her unconventional approach to parenting, the mother found that her unorthodox techniques worked well for her family's needs. 9. Verdant, adjective. Meaning: green with vegetation, lush and flourishing with greenery. Vibrant, fresh, and full of life. The verdant hills were blanketed in a carpet of emerald grass and blooming wildflowers. After the spring rains, the once dry and barren landscape transformed into a verdant oasis. The verdant forest canopy provided cool, shaded respite from the hot summer sun. The community garden flourished with verdant rows of leafy vegetables and herbs. The verdant vineyard stretched out as far as the eye could see, promising a bountiful harvest. 10. Vignette, noun. Meaning: a short, evocative description, portrait, or scene. A brief, impressionistic scene that focuses on one moment or gives a particular insight. A short, usually descriptive literary sketch. The author's collection of vignettes provided fleeting glimpses into the lives of ordinary people. The museum exhibit featured a series of photographic vignettes capturing the energy and diversity of the city. The play consisted of a series of loosely connected vignettes that explored themes of love and loss. The cookbook included vignettes about the origin and cultural significance of each recipe. The travel writer's vignettes about her time in the remote village painted a vivid picture of the local way of life. 11. Visceral, adjective. Meaning: relating to deep inward feelings rather than the intellect. Instinctive, gut level, or intuitive rather than rational or analytical. Dealing with or based on crude or elemental emotions. The actor's visceral performance resonated with the audience on a deep, emotional level. The visceral fear and panic she felt during the emergency situation was palpable. His visceral reaction to the news was one of immediate, uncontrolled anger. The crowd responded with a visceral cheer when the hometown team scored the winning goal. The visceral intensity of the music made the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. 12. Volatile, adjective. Meaning: liable to change rapidly and unpredictably, especially for the worse. Tending to be volatile or explosive, sensitive and easily aroused to anger or excitement. Easily evaporated at normal temperatures. The stock market has been extremely volatile this quarter, with sudden swings in both directions. The politician's volatile temperament often led to unpredictable and controversial outbursts. The situation in the region remains volatile, with the potential for renewed violence at any moment. The volatile nature of the chemical compound makes it dangerous to handle without proper precautions. The volatile weather patterns in the area can change from sunny to stormy in a matter of hours. 13. Wayward, adjective. Meaning: disobedient, unruly, or difficult to control. Straying from the proper or expected course, unpredictable and hard to direct. Inclined to behave in an unconventional, capricious, or improper manner. The wayward teenager constantly defied his parents' rules and expectations. The ship's wayward course made it difficult for the navigator to plot a reliable path. Her wayward spending habits and disregard for budgets frustrated her financial advisor. The wayward winds and currents made navigating the treacherous waters extremely challenging. Despite his best efforts, the trainer was unable to curb the wayward tendencies of the unruly dog. 14. Wistful, adjective. Meaning: having or showing a feeling of vague or regretful longing. Full of yearning or wishing, especially for something unattainable or lost. Pensively or dreamily sad, tenderly melancholic. She gazed out the window with a wistful expression, lost in thoughts of her childhood. The melody of the old song evoked a wistful nostalgia for simpler times. His voice had a wistful tone as he spoke about the life he could have had. The painting captured the wistful, bittersweet longing of the subject's gaze. She wore a wistful smile, wishing she could relive the cherished moments of the past. 15. Wry, adjective. Meaning: characterized by or expressing dry, ironic humor or cleverness. Twisted or bent in an odd or unconventional way. Dryly or ironically humorous, sardonic. The comedian's wry commentary on current events had the audience laughing in recognition. She gave a wry smile as she accepted the award, acknowledging the irony of the situation. The architect's wry design for the building featured several unconventional, twisted elements. His wry tone conveyed a sense of amusement and mild disdain as he spoke. The book's wry, sardonic humor provided a refreshing antidote to the serious subject matter. 16. Acrimonious, adjective. Meaning: extremely angry, bitter, or hostile, caustic and stinging in nature. Characterized by or expressing harsh, divisive, or resentful hostility. Marked by or full of bitter and sharp conflict or dissension. The divorce proceedings between the couple were acrimonious, with both sides trading scathing accusations. The political debate quickly devolved into an acrimonious exchange, with the candidates hurling personal insults. The contract negotiations were acrimonious, with the two sides unwilling to compromise on key issues. The relationship between the siblings had become increasingly acrimonious over the years, filled with resentment and mutual recriminations. The tone of the meeting was acrimonious, with tempers flaring and harsh words being exchanged. 17. Adumbrate, verb. Meaning: to foreshadow or give a sketchy or imperfect representation of something. To outline or suggest the main features of something in a vague or indefinite way. To prefigure or anticipate the existence, nature, or development of something. Examples: the opening scene of the film adumbrates the dark and ominous events to come. The architect's initial sketches adumbrated the grand, sweeping design of the final building. The politicians' vague campaign promises only adumbrated the specific policies they would later implement. The protagonist's behavior in the first few chapters adumbrates the dramatic transformation they will undergo. The early scientific theories adumbrated the revolutionary discoveries that would follow decades later. 18. Adventitious, adjective. Meaning: coming from an external source, not inherent or innate. Occurring or appearing in an unusual or irregular manner, not planned or expected. Originating from an abnormal or irregular source or cause. Examples: the adventitious sounds of construction work outside the window were distracting the students. The adventitious discovery of the ancient ruins was a stroke of pure luck for the archaeological team. The adventitious appearance of the new product line was a surprise move by the company. The adventitious growth of moss on the building's facade was likely due to the damp climate. The adventitious infection of the wound was an unwelcome complication for the patient's recovery. 19. Amalgamate, verb. Meaning: to combine or unite to form a single unified whole. To merge or blend different elements, entities, or organizations into a single entity. To unite or consolidate, especially in a merger or takeover. Examples: the two rival political parties decided to amalgamate and form a new, unified political movement. The company plans to amalgamate its various divisions into a single, streamlined organizational structure. The university is in the process of amalgamating several of its smaller departments into larger, more integrated academic units. The local neighborhood associations have decided to amalgamate their resources and efforts to better serve the community. The merger will see the two companies amalgamate their operations and assets into a single, more powerful entity. 20. Ameliorate, verb. Meaning: to make better or more tolerable, to improve or enhance. To alleviate, moderate, or mitigate the severity of something. To make a situation or condition less severe, unpleasant, or difficult. Examples: the new policies introduced by the government sought to ameliorate the plight of the disadvantaged members of society. The company made efforts to ameliorate the working conditions for its factory employees. Counseling and therapy can help to ameliorate the symptoms of depression and anxiety. The changes to the product design helped to ameliorate the safety concerns that had been raised. The relief efforts were aimed at ameliorating the effects of the natural disaster on the affected communities. 21. Anomalous, adjective. Meaning: deviating from what is standard, normal, or expected, irregular or unusual. Not conforming to or in accordance with the general rule or established system or order. Exhibiting an abnormality or irregularity, atypical or exceptional. Examples: the company's financial results for the quarter were anomalous compared to its recent performance. The anomalous behavior of the stock market has caused concern among investors. The patient's symptoms were found to be anomalous, leading the doctors to investigate further. The discovery of the anomalous asteroid with an unusual orbit raised many questions among astronomers. The anomalous weather patterns in the region were attributed to the effects of climate change.